Hello, welcome to our Tuesday's live video series. This is Cynthia Concordia from Dream to Rise. Is loneliness a bad thing? How do you handle loneliness? Do you stop engaging with people? Because researchers suggest that loneliness is associated with social isolation, poor social skills, introversion, and depression. Loneliness, according to many experts, is not necessarily about being alone. Instead, if you feel alone and isolated, then that is how loneliness plays into your state of mind. Even according to Ryan Jerkin's book, Connectable, How Leaders Can Move Teams from Isolated to All-Ins, his findings showed a 72% of workers experience loneliness monthly, and 55% say they are lonely every week. That's kind of high. Why? It is because we tend to turn inward rather than outward when we feel it. Loneliness can make people less approachable, which worsens their loneliness. Some would say, I just want to be left alone. A lot of companies or organizations now come up with pro-social behaviors that will help others feel less lonely. Showing care and concern for others will lead to a healthier you, stronger families, more united communities, and a better world. However, I believe that it is also the responsibility of the individual to take action and work on themselves. If you feel lonely, for me, it is a sign that I have to work on myself. Loneliness isn't particularly high on the list of feelings anyone wants to experience. It can be sad, empty, and make you feel like everyone else in the world is living it up except for you. But occasional loneliness isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're comfortable with your own company. In fact, being lonely every once in a while has its own advantages. You just have to be open to seeing them. So how can loneliness be an advantage? First, it can open up your creative side. A little moodiness here and there can be inspiring in many ways. Second, it reminds you how much you really have. Sometimes loneliness crops up for no reason at all. But since you know it's not permanent, it can actually make you feel grateful for all the people that you do have in life. The third, it can push you to reach out. If feeling lonely is what it takes for you to pick up the phone or text and touch base, we need people sometimes, and without loneliness, we might not always realize when. The fourth is, it can help you enjoy time alone. Ever feel desperately lonely in the middle of the party? If it's a mood and not because the party is boring, it might be hinting that you just need a night to regroup alone and recharge your batteries. The fifth, it can inspire you to get active. Taking a walk or heading to the gym is the perfect activity for loneliness when you don't actually want to go out on a Friday night. All those endorphins can just whisk the feeling away. The next one is, it can give you something to look forward to. During holiday season, we look forward to meeting our family members, right? Most of us aren't with all the people that we love all the time. So yes, loneliness can happen. And the last one, it makes you think. As busy as we can get, we don't always take the time to just sit and think about things. It can even open up our creative side. It sometimes helps us come to some important realization. Sometimes we have everything going for us and we still feel a little lonely. Sometimes this has nothing to do with people and everything to do other places where we're lacking in fulfillment. Feeling lonely can just be a hint that it's time for a change. When there is change, growth takes place. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is again Cynthia Concordia from Dream to Rise.